Grand Rising. I'm Chanel. I am a 27-year-old stay-at-home mom to my beautiful baby girl, and we are on day 3 in Washington. I am literally just trying to keep it together while I am here. It's literally always such a emotional time for me, and as much as I try not to talk too much about what's going on, it's still important for me to share my story because this is something that I've never thought I'd be experiencing. This is never something that I would go through. I initially got married and wanted to start a family. And just to be in this position where I have to come back to a place and encounter the person that has broken me, and I've been in such a vulnerable experience and situation with him. It's just such a trying time for me, and I'm doing the absolute best that I can to maintain my composure, maintain my cool, and just not let any of the little triggers, the little sly comments, the little things that he'll say to me get to me and fester and plant those seeds into my head. And that's a lot of what I go through on a day-to-day basis. But I always just try to put my best foot forward and always just try to keep myself grounded, like I always do in the morning time after I drop her off, especially now that we're in Washington. I like to just make sure I journal and get those feelings out, and I'm still in therapy and doing things for myself during the day, going to the gym and trying to find an activity to treat myself to. But at the end of the day, I always just want to be the best version of myself for me and for my daughter, because this is my life right now, and our well-being is always the most important thing and my top priority, always and forever will be. And since I am a stay-at-home mom, I definitely don't have the luxury to just go out and do things whenever I feel like it. So I definitely take the time that I have when she's not with me to try and be grateful for those moments where I am able to just go to the gym freely and I don't have to check with my parents to see if they can watch her and all of those little things that come with it. But I feel like stay at home parents, doesn't necessarily have to be a mom. I definitely know of stay at home dads, but that stay at home parent, I feel that they don't get as much credit as the other partner or the other parent or that other dynamic in the relationship that goes to work, which I think is completely false, because you don't know what it takes to be a stay at home parent unless you live it. And I've been able to work full time when I was pregnant, so I know that strain and that dynamic of not being able to put your best foot forward because you're pregnant and you're going through all of the emotions and the physical strain of being pregnant and working full time, on top of now having my baby physically here and being home and taking care of them full time. I don't have to go clock into somebody else's job. But the difference between staying at home is you don't ever get to clock out. You're on mommy duty 24/7, 7 days a week. And at least when another person is going to work, they get that commute time, they get lunch breaks, they get vacation time, they get sick time, they get whatever downtime that they want to have because you have to, because you're working a physical job. You don't get that as a stay-at-home mom. And just because you're home doesn't mean that you just get to sit around and you get to be on your phone and you get to watch TV all day and you get to eat and you get to do whatever you want to do. Like, especially at the age that my daughter is, I constantly have to be behind her. I have to constantly watch over her and help her and play with her and be interactive and, put her down for naps. And I'm still nursing. So it's literally just constantly a go mode as soon as she wakes up. So I definitely try to cherish the little bit of time that I do have without her physically here. But I always have that mom guilt, like, I miss my baby. I wish she was here with me. But I know it's time that she needs to have with her dad, and I am hoping that they can continue to build their relationship regardless of the circumstances between him and I. A child always needs both of their parents in their lives, but I always have to make sure that it is in circumstances where everybody is safe and it is in a good, nurturing, loving environment, and that's all that really matters to me about that. One thing that I can say that I definitely had to learn throughout this entire process of healing is being able to identify, one, when I'm being triggered, and two, why am I being triggered? And a lot of people just use the word triggered because it's trendy and everybody's like on healing journeys, or everybody's just talking about what they're going through, and that's fine. And I know that I use it a lot, but I feel like I use the word triggered because it's something that I'm still allowing to affect me. And that's why I tend to use it a lot more, because it's still something that I am working through and working towards healing and being better at, because I don't want to go the rest of my life continuing to be triggered so easily, or just any little thing will trigger me. And being able to identify why I'm being triggered is such a key component in my healing journey personally. And I'm able to break it down and say, yes, I'm being triggered. This is why I'm being triggered. And I can sit with those emotions, and I can sit with why I feel angry, hurt, upset, annoyed, frustrated, and know that my feelings are valid. And however long it takes me to move through those feelings is the amount of time it takes me to move through it. Sometimes it'll take a few minutes, half an hour, several hours, and sometimes it might take me the whole day. But I don't allow myself to go past that point, because it's important for me to be able to shift my perspective and shift my narrative, because it is so easy to sit there and be down on yourself and be depressed and let what somebody said to you fester and plant those seeds in your head and make you second guess yourself, or have you thinking negatively about yourself or thinking negatively about your situation. And it's just easy to be depressed and stay in that state, and choosing to be conscious and choosing to push through those negative thoughts takes a lot more energy, it takes a lot more focus, it takes a lot more mental capacity. And that's why a lot of people don't go through their healing journey, or only half-ass it, because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to really go through. And for me, I feel like that is the biggest accomplishment that I've been able to do, is to at least identify it and be able to work through it.